All right, party people. So first of all, thank you so much for checking out the Amazfit STRATOS unboxing video that I just did recently. And a lot of questions did come about from that video. Obviously, how it's going to perform for its fitness functions. But the other big question was, how does the Amazfit STRATOS compare size-wise to some other watches on the market today? So a lot of people are making comparisons to the Garmin Fenix 5X, and I can definitely agree that it's arguably pretty close in terms of design and size, but realistically, the Fenix 5X is a much more capable device, so let's just get that out of the way. The STRATOS is going to be closer in functionality to like a 645 Music, the Fitbit Ionic, possibly the Suunto Spartan Trainer Wrist HR, but design-wise, I can see it competing with the Fenix 3, Fenix 5 series, as well as some higher-end Suuntos. But in regards to size, the STRATOS isn't exactly a small watch, but it isn't exactly huge either. So what I wanted to do today is just do a quick physical comparison of all the watches that I currently have at DesFit HQ, which by the way will be increasing by 1 tomorrow. And by the way, I'm a pretty average dude. I'm 5'9", 155 pounds, and I have 195 millimeters circumference wrist, just for reference. So let's start with the elephant in the room, and that's going to be the Fenix 5X. So the STRATOS is going to be similar, but it is indeed going to be a little bit smaller. It will be significantly lighter since it doesn't have the metal construction like the Fenix, and I'm hoping that'll actually help with some accurate heart rate results. So the Fenix 3HR and the 5X are nearly identical as in terms of physical dimensions, so you could make the same comparison since the 3HR is selling for a crazy cheap price right now, which could make it another option from the STRATOS. And then here is how they're going to look while wearing them. Alright, next up we have the Forerunner 645 Music, and the STRATOS is going to be plenty bigger for sure, but it does have a much larger display and a much higher resolution as well. So just like the Fenix 5X is similar to the 3HR, the Forerunner 645 Music is going to be very similar to the Vivoactive 3, so this should be a pretty good indication of the sizing. Now with the Fitbit Ionic, the STRATOS is obviously going to be a little bit bigger, but it's kind of hard to compare these two just because they have such drastically different designs. But comfort-wise, I would probably give it to the STRATOS just because it has a much more flexible band, and then the interface from the band to the watch can actually rotate. But as you can see here, the Fitbit Ionic is much lower in profile. So with the Fitbit Versa, the Versa is obviously much smaller, but I'm throwing the Versa in the bunch because of its similar price tag. Now, I do have to say that the Versa is ridiculously comfortable to wear, but the STRATOS isn't bad either. And then again, just like the Ionic, the Versa has a very low profile. And then finally, we have the Apple Watch Series 3 42mm version, and just like the Ionic, it's kind of hard to compare these two just because, again, drastically different designs. But I'd probably have to give it to Apple for the comfort, but most definitely will have to give it to Amazfit for the looks. So the one watch that I think is probably going to be the closest competitor in terms of design and size is going to be the standard Fenix 5. And again, just like the Fenix 5X, the standard Fenix 5 is going to be a much more capable device, but I think it's probably going to be most similar in terms of sizing. So I hope this quick little video helped give some perspective on how the Amazfit STRATOS will compare, at least size-wise, to some of the other watches on the market today. We're still going to have to see how it's going to perform for all those fitness functions. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to have fun with your fitness, and we will see you in the next video.